All right, so today it's Ivanka Trump's turn to be a witness on the witness stand, to face questioning in the civil fraud trial probing into the family business. Now, her dad, who's dominating the GOP field right now, you might have heard of him, and now doubling President Biden in key swing states, calls the entire thing a political witch hunt. Here to react is Fox News legal editor Kerri Urbahn. Kerri, great to see you. You were in the courtroom when President Trump testified. Yesterday, they were off. First off, when the judge at one point said, "I'm not here to listen to you talk." He's on the witness stand. Who's the judge prefer to listen to?
Right, and that's also it's the judge's job to listen to him. And that's the whole point. Why have a trial if you're not going to listen to your defendants and your witnesses? We're at the stage now in this trial where the judge is determining how bad will the punishment be for both Donald Trump and his family.
Because
so he needs to listen.
Because I would think so. he decided before this case even, from what he read, he's like, you owe $250 million, we think, and you defrauded banks who have not complained. And today, Ivanka will be front and center. But yet, she is not involved in this trial. Why bring her in?
So everything about this case is wrong, and Ivanka being forced to testify is extra wrong, because to your point, she's not a defendant. The case was dismissed against her. So her brothers are defendants. Her father is a defendant. This case continues against them, but it was dropped against her. So the reason I think they're forcing her to testify is really to make it as painful as possible for this family, because now they're putting, a daughter in the position of having to testify against her father because she was an employee at his organization at some point, so she may have some knowledge about something.
Under oath, they hope that she'll say something to make her dad look worse or further divide the family. Why is Letitia James, the Attorney General, there every day?
Oh, Brian, it is so inappropriate and so highly unusual. Attorneys General do not attend trials. They just don't. The fact that she is going every day on the taxpayer's dime, putting aside every other thing that she has to do to sit there in the front row, to smile after she campaigned on going against Donald Trump. It's to be in the shot, it's to make statements to the press, and just further bolsters the widespread frustration that this is a political witch hunt.
After Ivanka testifies, then it's time for the defense, correct? So we'll see the president again, will we see the sons, and what was going to be their approach?
Yeah, well, they're going to obviously defend themselves because their ability to make a living in New York, and not just in New York, but elsewhere, is on the line. And that's why this case is so upsetting on so many levels. One, the law in New York State has never been applied in this way against someone without a crime. It just hasn't. And so this is unprecedented. But they're going after Trump and his family, and with their future, really, and their ability to make a living on the line.
They are saying that you overvalued your property, therefore you owe $168 million additional dollars or whatever it is. But when a bank lends money, he also included on some of these documents, do your own diligence. I believe my property in Scotland or Mar-a-Lago is worth X amount of dollars. But I'm not telling Citibank or anybody at Deutsche Bank, I'm not telling you what to lend, but this is what I think. So go ahead and do something you're comfortable with, and you got paid back.
And every document says that. That disclaimer is front and center. It says this is the position of the company, this is our valuation, but it's on you to do your due diligence, and if you don't, that's on you, and there wasn't a problem. And by the way, the former president made a point at one point during the testimony on Monday, and he said, look, there were some times when the banks came back to us and said, we don't like this, we don't like that, and we changed it, and there was no problem.
And there isn't a problem. When he was hosting The Apprentice, it's no problem. When he's trying to become a two-term president, it's a problem. I hope people can see through it. Kerri, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian.
And we'll look forward to talking to you again as this moves forward.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.